Thank goodness it's wintertime here in the UK, because all we seem to be getting right now is Blizzard. I'll get my coat. What? Why are you looking at me like that? That was a quality pun. That was a quality... No, it was terrible, wasn't it? Hi, everybody. It's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. And today we've got two pieces of Blizzard news to give to you. This one, and then I'll be discussing Blizzard's response to the claims by a former employee that I reported on yesterday as well. But... first things first, let's deal with Mike Morhaime. Now, last year, beginning of October, Mike Morhaime announced that he was stepping down as CEO of Blizzard Entertainment, and we pretty much knew there and then it was the end of an era. We'd seen Chris Metzen leave, Rob Pardo leave, and now Mike Morhaime was relinquishing that role, that very important role as the figurehead of the company. It was then announced at a later date that J. Allen Barak would take over. Ugh, I just got a shiver down my... which was met with great response by the community. Anyway, what was going to happen was Mike was stepping down as CEO, and he would position himself in the role of an advisor for Activision Blizzard. Now, it's kind of sounded as if that role in itself was more, just sort of there for him. It didn't really feel as if it had any genuine clout. It did feel as if this was the changing of the guard. But nevertheless... news has now come out that Mike Morhaime is quitting for good this time. So this article comes from the Outer Haven. I prefer the Outer Shaven Haven. Anyway, all links to articles in the description box down below. The announcement here says, as previously disclosed, on October 3rd, 2008, Mike Morhaime entered into an agreement with Activision Blizzard Inc., the company, pursuant to which he would provide strategic advice to the company in an advisory capacity. Mr. Morhaime's employment with the company as a strategic advisor will conclude on April 7th, 2019. So this is pretty sad times. To be perfectly honest with you, there's been a lot of things happening at Blizzard over the course of the last, just couple of weeks. Both Activision Blizzard and Blizzard both lost their CFOs. We've then had Mike Morhaime now deciding that he's going to quit the company for good. There's been multiple pieces of bad press. This Hearthstone survey which has gone out where they're asking, would you be bothered if we didn't do any Hearthstone esports anymore? This ridiculous strategy that they seem to have in place at the moment where they need to cost cut and make savings across the board. Guess what? If you want to get true engagement, if you want to get people playing your product, I've got a really unique method of doing that. Produce a good product. I don't think it's any secret that pretty much all Blizzard titles right now are struggling, and it's because seemingly of lack of development of decent content for the actual gamer. There doesn't seem to be many things for the gamer to actually get involved with. World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth. People are begging me to do a video debating which is worse, BFA or WoD. Smash that like button if you want me to make that video for you. But if you do, just let me know in the comment section down below. But I'm getting a lot of people asking me to do that. Diablo, we're fully aware of all the problems with Diablo. They've had one expansion in 6 years. Nearly 7 years. And then on top of that, of course, the evolution of that franchise is going into mobile gaming. Heroes of the Storm, left out to dry, and Overwatch, you know, people just bitching about the meta and the actual competitive nature of the game right now, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, money's down. But anyway, regardless of that, there is a clear distinction across the board here that the product that they're putting out is just simply not good enough. And if they're cost saving because they want to raise up profits to give to their shareholders, the best, what is it they say, the best way to make money is to spend money. The best way to try and get people invested in your product is to produce a good product. And you haven't had a new IP or a decent, you know, an IP which is really gripping people for donkey's years, apart from Overwatch. So, you know, there's a lot of things at Blizzard now with a lot of speculation as regards to their decision to plow into mobile gaming, and this is the way that they want to go forward. But if they do that, great. You know, if it works out for you in China, in the East, wonderful. But here in the West, I think it's going to go down like a lead balloon. And so they just seem to be alienating themselves further and further and further from their communities simply by the way that they are behaving. And it's reflecting back, and we're seeing it. And so it's making people stand off thinking, right, well, this is a company that's either in trouble when they're not, or a company that simply doesn't have any ambition for the future. A company that has no ambition to push the next generation. They're now a AAA company doing what AAA companies do, chasing the market, instead of being the innovator in that marketplace. Holy hell, where did that rant just come from? Anyway, Mike, wish you all the best of luck for the future. I sincerely do. When I started playing World of Warcraft back in March 2007, the Blizzard that I knew then seems to be poles apart to the Blizzard that I know now. And with those people involved, I can only wish you whatever you're doing in the future, even if it's retirement, you know, a happy, happy time. So God bless you, sir. Have a great one. Take care. Let's move to the second piece of news. Quick breakdown if you didn't see. Yesterday I did a video. There was a chap who used to work for Blizzard Entertainment, chap called Julian Murillo, and he worked within the Hearthstone esports department, and he documented his experience at Blizzard Entertainment after he saw Blizzard's announcement about Soldier 76 and saw it as hypocrisy and virtue signaling about inclusivity and diversity and equality within the company, as he claimed to have been exceedingly badly. So he wrote a huge twit-long post going into as much detail as he possibly could. The link to that is in yesterday's video. Go check out yesterday's video for the full details. Blizzard have responded now to that. Now, I wouldn't expect them to respond directly, obviously, but they have given a standard response, which they provided to Variety. And the link to this article is also in the description box down below. Go check that out. And Variety run with the headline of Blizzard reaffirms inclusive, respectful workplace in wake of employee accusations. Well, we're going to find out, because if Jules is on the up and up, if what he told in his twit-longer post is actually correct to the best of his recollection, there could be more people that decide to join his voice in an effort to speak up about this. So only time will tell as regards to that. But Blizzard have responded by saying, while the company does not comment on individual personnel issues, we can share that having an inclusive and respectful work environment is extremely important to us. We have a policy against harassment and discrimination and take reports of inappropriate behaviour very seriously. There are a number of methods for employees to come forward should they experience or observe any inappropriate behaviour. All claims of alleged harassment and discrimination which are brought to our attention are investigated, and we take action where appropriate. We strive to create an inclusive and respectful work environment that reflects Blizzard's core values in everything we do. There's a little bit more, but just quickly, your core values aren't particularly great right now, Blizzard, so that might not have been the greatest thing to have said, but, you know, that's just me maybe being a bit cynical. Employees and workplace health is also very important, and we offer different programs and opportunities that support employees, including health and wellness programs and counselling, both in the office, often provided for free, as well as through external professional advisors. Now, Jules did stress in his Twitlonger post that he did actually receive psychiatric help within counselling within Blizzard Entertainment, and he received that for a year. So yeah, he actually confirms that he did receive this, as it did have a huge effect on his mental health, according to him. As regards to the other stuff, yeah, you know, it's standard stuff. You know, they can't comment on individual cases. You wouldn't expect them to comment on individual cases. What I will say is this is so bog standard. If I was a company and what Jules was saying was incorrect, then I would take action against him, is what I would do. I would be adamant about the position within the company and the treatment of that member of staff if it didn't happen. And this just comes across as such a vanilla response. I'm not saying because it is a vanilla response, ergo they are guilty of what was claimed, but it just doesn't seem that there's much of a fight there at all. There are certain things that you could read into potentially, where they do talk about things are investigated and action is taken where appropriate. And, you know, reading between the lines, you could say that they're essentially saying, well, you know, we looked into his claims when he was going to managers and whatnot, and we didn't find there to be any issue at all. But then again, what they could translate as an issue or non-issue could differ based off the person within the company. So it seems a very generic sort of kind of response. I know if I was trying to get slighted by somebody and I felt aggrieved by them, I would go big time out to make sure that our name was shiny and not dragged through the mud. So, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I reported on it yesterday. I think the reason why I went ahead and did it is because the things that Jules said, if he was lying, and let's just play devil's advocate for one moment and say he is lying, then my God, he's psycho. He would have to be psycho to have written what he wrote. You know? Absolutely psycho. And I've had contact with both Jules and his wife, and they don't come across as that at all. They actually come across as very normal people from the dealings that I've had with them. And so, you know, there are certain things which add up, and there are certain things which don't add up. And this sort of response, I mean, read into it what you want. It's very kind of standard, this is our policy, moving on sort of thing. So we'll just see what the future holds. We'll see if more people speak up. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Only time will tell. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.